Hello again, everyone. Nick Michalak and Trent Zuberi here.
How's it going?
Ready to get on our wrestling geek cred going here with the 1989 Hulk Hogan classic, No Holds Barred. So, guys, if you happen to own this film, you can hit the timestamp to 0 and press play now.
So we can agree, probably Hogan's best movie, right?
Oh, by long shots.
Being the nerd
Well,
I am, I know.
One where the best one he's in a starring role because it's Rocky 3, of course.
Right. But yeah, this is, let's say, I mean, Rocky 3 is not considered a Hulk Hogan movie, right? So this
Just
one is.
trying to clarify things
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the fans here. You remember when I first found this on DVD? I texted you right away. It's like, No Holds Barred is on DVD. I have to get this
and
thing.
And you got it cheap, right? Like $8 or
Yeah,
something?
I think it was like $10 or something. It's
Yeah.
like, I had no idea. I just come across it in like a Best Buy or something. It's like, shit.
Look at the cast they got in this. Like, that's a hell of a cast in this movie.
I mean, a lot of people would probably know Mark Pellegrino from a lot of CW shows today. He was Lucifer on Supernatural. He's done a lot of different things. A lot of people know him from that. Good old Jesse Ventura,
yeah, he has
and Mean Gene. Little intro by our old Howard Finkel. We're getting very deep into our wrestling geeks, so guys, you gotta keep up.
I'm sure anybody watching this is probably already a wrestling geek.
I'm sure, yeah.
You're not gonna
just let you know if there's anyone who's like, oh, what's this one about?
Yeah.
It's Hulkamania WWF 1989. Of course, because this was shot 88 after Hogan had vacated the title, and then Macho Man had his whole run and everything while he was out shooting this.
Yeah. Yep. And then, Macho Madness was running wild while this was being filmed.
Which is one of the best years in the history of the company.
Yeah.
For crying out loud.
Macho Man is, in my opinion, the greatest. I mean, I know we're talking Hogan here. But
yeah.
We got Mean Gene Okerlund on the commentary.
Which is, normally it would be Vince McMahon, but he's busy producing the film right now.
He's putting the money out here.
A lot of people don't know because for like the last 20 years, he's been Mr. McMahon in front of the television.
Oh, yeah.
Back in this time, he was keeping it from the audience that kept secret that he was the guy actually running the company.
Right.
He was just a random on-screen talent at this point in time for everyone.
A lot of it got out there in the steroid trial. That's where it really became public knowledge. He was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it was for a long time. Yeah, I just thought he was a commentator. You know, as a kid, I never thought he was anything more.
Yeah. But it's great going back and listening to like Jesse Ventura.
Oh yeah.
Dig into Vince and commentary, and Vince is just trying not to break character.
He just has to eat shit, you know. I'm surprised. Like, they show a lot of empty seats there. You know, like. They clearly filmed this after an event or something.
Yeah, they probably shot this maybe a house show, maybe after a wrestling challenge or something.
Right, and they show a lot of empty seats. I mean, you would think they'd fill it for the sake of a movie, but they're not afraid to show all the. They have the hard cam side of solely empty. They show they have the empty seats in between, like you see right there.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. The guy he's fighting in the ring, you know who he is?
Oh, that's Bill Eadie, isn't it?
Demolition Axe.
Yeah, you can tell by the face.
Yeah. Which Demolition's my favorite tag team of all time. I love the shit out of them. Best theme song for a tag team ever.
Amazing theme song. There's Bill Eadie right there. Demolition Axe. Also known as a masked superstar.
He's got a couple different names he's thrown around. I mean,
in his early days.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, in '88 he was kind of winding into, you know, he was moving a little slower and stuff, Bill Eadie, but he's pretty good here.
Yeah.
Because when did they bring in Crush? Around 99?
Crush was, 90 after they went heel again after WrestleMania 6.
Right.
Because there are a couple different stories, but I think it was Bill Eadie had did like a foreign tour, and he kind of got sick off of some odd food or whatnot. Ritual rumors were like he had some kind of back problem, but that wasn't the case.
They're still going strong today, man. They're still booked every weekend.
Him and Barry Darsow back at Smash, the two of them are still running the rounds on the indie circuit.
Yeah.
Same with the Powers of Pain.
Yeah, they're all.
Powers of Pain actually still look pretty nice.
They look pretty good. I gotta give it to them.
I mean, they're older guys, but they still got some physiques on them for their ages.
The big boot.
The big boot.
And the leg drop of Doom.
See, he doesn't do the leg
that's
drop.
Right, he doesn't do it here.
He does the axe bomb, which was his finisher in Japan.
That's right. I'm so used to the...
Yeah.
I'm so used to the leg drop of Doom.
That's the only difference between Hulk Hogan and Rip. That's it. And the color of his attire. Everything else is exactly the same.
It's pretty much the same guy.
Love Jesse and his freaking headdress.
Now, well, are they calling the promotion something different? Because the ropes...
No, the WWF thing on the turnbuckles.
But his microphone said something different. I forgot if they changed it. I love you have Kurt Fuller. You have I forgot this guy's name with the glasses.
David Paymer.
David Paymer. He's fantastic. He's been in so many small parts.
I know him so much from Payback with Mel Gibson.
Yeah? He's in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, he's in everything. The same year Kurt Fuller was in Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
Playing second-rate William Atherton, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can't beat William Atherton from the first one. He was fantastic.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, you talk about Hulk Hogan getting into Hollywood. He got into Rocky III when he was not with Vince.
That's right.
This was between Vince's father and the Vince McMahon we know now.
He got into
with AWA.
Stallone purely seeing him on TV.
Yeah.
Referee, small fat, is Joey Marella. That's Gorilla Monsoon's son. Passed away.
Passed away in a car accident in the mid-'90s.
What belt are they using there? That's the WWF title?
Yeah, that
white strap?
White strap, the Ultimate Warrior version.
True.
Before Warrior had it. If you ever do like Gremlins 2, because the Hogan cameo in that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because the interesting is, Gremlins 2 came out after Hogan had already lost the belt to Warrior, but he has the belt in the movie because they shot it. He was still champion.
Oh, that's right. It's almost like you immediately make the Vince McMahon comparison to Kurt Fuller here.
He's the prototype Mr. McMahon.
The seeds.
He's basically Vince McMahon before he ruined all the regionals.
This is like the precursor of the Mr. McMahon character. Kurt Fuller was responsible for it all.
But yeah, I mean, Hogan was with Vern Gagne and AWA when he did Rocky III, so it was like Vince Sr. wasn't on board with any of that stuff, so that's why Hogan left, joined the other company, and then went off and did Stallone film.
The fashion is just great too. It's very timepieced.
Yeah. Suits are pretty timeless, though.
Suits are always timeless. Yeah, so men don't really have to worry about much.
Not too much.
I was looking at some details during Quiet's. Budget was $8 million. It grossed 16, so it did okay.
Did okay. A lot of people seem in retrospect that was a bomb of some sort. I don't know.
I don't know about the bomb.
I don't know. It all depends on how much they spent on marketing, which I don't think the thing was marketed gigantically. I mean,
they used their vehicle on TV to market it.
Yeah, they did more stuff on your Superstars Wrestling Challenge and occasional. I mean, they promoted it at WrestleMania 5. They put a trailer on it.
That's right. It's funny. The plot is just so funny. It's like television network is a guy, and he's like, "I want him here."
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, just seeing because we. Two of us know the inner workings of the business and everything. It's like, since when has a network a television network actually ran a wrestling promotion? It's
until recently though.
It's not typically the thing.
But it's funny you mentioned it because Ring of Honor is that now. Ring of Honor is run by a television company, Sinclair Broadcasting. But it's the first time it's happened now, not then, obviously. Yeah. But that's interesting. That's interesting.
Back then it was Vince and Jim Crockett Promotions, then you get a deal with TBS or something like that, or USA. And so they did separate entities in an agreement. They wouldn't have the big corporate guy running a television network and a wrestling promotion at the time. But
yeah,
they just kind of figured they'd kind of merge everything together. So like,
yeah, because Turner was a multifaceted organization. It wasn't just a television company. They also had print media, and they had billboard media.
Yeah.
So they weren't just sports.
Yeah.
They weren't just a television. Like Sinclair now is just a television company.
Yeah.
I love the get up. I think he wore that to one of the shows too one time on TV.
Yeah.
Peak Hogan, man. Hulk Hogan 88, 89.
Yeah.
He was rested. Botch was running with the title.
Yeah.
He came. I mean, he's had a.
He just come off of
the 4-year run.
The entire program with Andre, so it's like that's what made him was Andre.
Yeah.
Andre made him, put him over the moon and everything with WrestleMania 3. Then followed that through the 4, where he just kind of solidified the mega powers, but then kind of slipped out to do this. And then comes back to do the whole program with Macho.
Yeah.
Mega powers explode. They get him back on top before the film comes out. So technically it's a nice strategy of how they put all that together.
It's your genius of Vince McMahon's marketing, man.
Yeah.
So what always set him apart was that. The other guy, another henchman here, crony I could call him. I know that guy from somewhere else too. They have the one with the curly hair. Kurt Fuller had a great role in the movie, though.
Yeah, it's just striking me now because I'm a big fan of Supernatural and everything. It's like Kurt Fuller and Mark Pellegrino were both on the show. Kurt Fuller played an archangel, and
really?
Mark Pellegrino played Lucifer. But I think they're about. I don't think they ever shared any scenes together, so not that close of a connection. But they were on the show almost at the same time. So it's nice to kind of see these talents that kind of come back around years later and kind of end up intersecting again.
Who was the guy next to David Paymer? I'm trying to figure out what his name is.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything else. I don't know.
I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Paymer is just everywhere. He's been forever. I've just been seeing him since I was a kid.
He has the exact same look too.
Yeah, he has
the same hairline, everything.
Everything. He hasn't changed at all. I'm trying to think what this guy's name is for that one. Yeah, the red and black didn't look too bad on the Hulk.
No.
Oddly enough, he wore red and black later on in his career.
Oh, NWO Wolfpack.
When he joined the Wolfpack for that minute, right? Because he couldn't stand to just be in the black and white.
No.
He had to be on the cool side.
He needs some new merchandise. That was the problem. You run out of black and white merchandise and you black and red now. Oh, this is the best action sequence of the film coming up.
Hogan's stellar acting chops, you know. For a first time out, he really didn't do too terrible. I mean, it's a major role.
I mean, he's playing himself essentially. Playing himself as Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea.
Exactly.
Hulk Hogan is playing himself essentially in the film, just in a longer format. Yeah, I think all the music in the film was done by Jim Johnston, who did almost all the theme music
for that.
Because it starts sounding like WrestleMania intro music here with the saxophone and shit.
When the dent, you can destroy that door. That Vince McMahon's door or car.
It's a Cadillac.
Where was they filming? I don't recall the location. Did they show? Did they name? Never
really name a location for the thing. I don't know where they shot it.
Well, where it's taking place. I don't even
see if we can dig up any info on that, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like L.A. to me.
No, it does not look like L.A. It's more Can't really put my finger on it yet.
IMDb lists Atlanta, Georgia, and Topeka, Kansas.
I could see Atlanta in there, yeah. There it is. The scene always showed.
I'm sure they probably shot in Atlanta for tax breaks or something, because they want to knock a dent in his door.
Atlanta was always a big filming spot for a lot of movies and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because their taxes are cheaper.
Yeah, even today, I mean, a lot of the Marvel Studios films shoot there. They got like production offices there because they give so much tax write-offs and everything. I mean, this is as 80s of an action scene as you get anywhere else. As a Stallone film or something.
Absolutely, you get
I can see like Dolph Lundgren doing this or something too.
Sure. Hey, Hogan didn't do too bad.
A nice 80s rock track or something in here.
Well, they really sold for him pretty well.
Oh yeah, got good stunt people.
They're putting him over.
They got guys of good size here too. I mean, Hogan's like what 6'6", 6'7".
He's always billed as 6'8". I think he was 6'6".
Yeah, so they get some puny guys. Got some guys with good stature to make it look like they could potentially get physical with them for the most part. He's hulking up now.
Yeah, or ripping up.
Ripping up.
I'm surprised there weren't more cameos in here by like some of the roster. For the sake of, but then I guess you run the risk of turning it into just a wrestling movie, and you kind of lose yourself, and all that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're a wrestler and that's your livelihood, and you're signing on as a stunt man, where you can get a lot more dangerous scenarios, like you're kind of cutting off your lifeblood, unless you're definitely making a career change. Aside from the opening sequence, there's not another wrestling match until the end. There's all the the dookie. Oh.
The over animated face was always they keep it nice and simple, and I call it Dookie.
Joan Severance.
Joan Severance, man.
Showed up in a Scorpions music video, Rhythm of Love.
Oh, that is her. One of my favorite Scorpion songs.
She's a former model, you can tell.
Oh, yeah. She's beautiful, though. She's gorgeous.
Just as I've been in a business meeting wearing spandex. How do you like that?
He was in court for his court case wearing a bandana. He was the only. They said people were saying, "How the hell is this guy able to wear a bandana in a court of law?" But they let him do it because it's Hulk Hogan. In what court could you walk in wearing a bandana? You see the pictures of him against the Gawker or whatever. He's got a freaking bandana on.
Always.
So if he's in here with his full spandex. I feel it's not too far off from how he used to attend meetings in the 80s.
I'm sure he walks into Vince McMahon's office. That's how he looked.
What's funny is you mentioned that the Scott Hall tells a story about how Macho Man would always full time be in spandex. I
wouldn't doubt that.
He would just be in his getup. He had a T-shirt on or whatever when they go out, but he'd be in his getup like when they go out for drinks or they go to stores, whatever. He just always has the spandex on.
I could see that. I could see Macho being like,
and the fanny
that's Macho.
He's like, that's what I do, brother.
Also, Macho was a little crazy.
Macho was a little crazy.
Oh yeah, dig it.
She's beautiful, man.
Uh-huh.
A harp. When the hell did you get a harp? I saw a harpist at a grocery store the other day. We have a store here, Mariano's. And,
okay.
Somebody playing a harp while you shop. Go figure that out. It's like I'm picking out pasta sauce and there's somebody playing a freaking harp.
Oh, check out this suit.
That's pretty impressive. Look at this guy. A white suit.
No bandana though.
No, he's had a classy joint now.
He's classy now. With a medallion necklace and his shirt open like he's in the 70s.
your cliche fancy restaurant waiter, French guy, like overly catering, overly animated, kind of arrogant though, you know.
I guess kind of the story was behind the script of this. I think like Hogan and Vince like kind of locked themselves in a hotel room.
That's what I
for
heard.
Like a week or something.
Yeah.
To hash out all the details of it.
I'm pretty sure. I think Bruce Pritchard has a podcast now where he talks about the glory days. Every episode of the glory days.
Yeah.
So they focus on something. I believe it's a No Holds Barred episode. I'm working my way through it, but there's a whole background analysis of how it went down, how they signed, how it all developed, and everything. He does it for all the topics of the glory days of wrestling while he was there. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny to hear Brother Love talking about that stuff, but he was so involved. But I believe there's an episode of No Holds Barred. I'm gonna verify that, but I'm pretty sure there is.
But yeah, I mean, it seems because WWE now distributes it themselves on home video and everything.
I noticed that. Did they buy the rights? Is that how it worked out?
I imagine they probably independently produced it because New Line Cinema was the ones who, at least on home video, distributed it. I don't know about theatrically. But, yeah. I mean, New Line was pretty good on picking up films, and I mean that's how they started out, was just a distribution house, and then start making their own stuff until like Nightmare on Elm Street and a couple other things.
Right.
Where they started picking up steam and whatnot. So I mean, they probably were still in the business of just like, hey, you go ahead and produce. I mean, that's what they did with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Someone else independently produced the film, and they just bought the rights.
Oh, really?
To release it into theaters and home video and everything.
Oh, that's how it went, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, for reference, if anyone wants a follow-up to No Holds Barred, episode 29 of the Bruce Pritchard podcast, Something to Wrestle With, is a No Holds Barred focused episode. Yeah. You'll get the whole background of how it all went down and developed. So that's actually, oddly enough, that's the next episode I'm on in my sequence of listening.
Nice.
So I'll get to that. We got anybody of note there? Let's see.
I mean, this would be a scene where you'd expect maybe they'll throw in a couple cameos of some.
That's what I thought. Maybe chilling at the bar kind of thing.
So it's like you'd expect like a Terry Funk to show up in this.
Yeah, or somebody just sitting there.
He was probably busy making Roadhouse.
That's true. That's true. That's funny that you mentioned the Headbangers, who weren't even a tag team at that point.
Yeah.
I would love a bar where they just happen to have guys like amateur wrestling. Laid, relayed, and parlayed. Jesus. This is marketed towards kids. I would love a bar like this. It's funny how they portrayed wrestling to be, you know, like this
just tough man sport.
Is that Mad Dog Vachon? No, wow. Maybe he had already lost his leg by that point, didn't he? I don't know. I need to find out who this guy is.
I wonder if he had a shoe on that guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's Stan Hansen. There you go.
Okay.
That is Stan Hansen, Hall of Famer. It's funny. I haven't seen this in a while, so it's kind of fun. Fun to watch it and see the cameos.
Referee's passed out. Oh no, he's drunk at the bar.
Stan Hansen, man. Yeah, pop Big Van Vader's eyeball out of his
socket. Oh, don't remind me. Dude almost looked like Sandman from ECW.
Hey, that's what my first thought was. I think that is Mad Dog Vachon. I don't know, it looks a lot like Mad Dog Vachon. Cash and only cash. Not too far off from how he was. What? Stan Hansen. He's billed as the Neanderthal. Oh, the guy in the ring is Joe DeLuc. He was a French-Canadian wrestler around the that territory. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's weird that they employed wrestlers who really weren't in the Federation at the time.
Yeah, which is odd because Stan Hansen was not there at the time. He was definitely not there.
I think you'd see like an Iron Mike Sharp or something, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of
That's so Vince, so Mr. Man.
Stan Hansen's fantastic here, though. Like, he's just so over the top. But I wasn't too far off from how he was. That's the thing. I'm surprised that Vince didn't throw in like Shane and Stephanie as like, you know, in the crowd and as kids cheering for something, or if there was like a spot where they could have been.
Yeah.
Like, this is how wrestling was portrayed, man. It's just so funny to think, you know, how he was just looked at to be so like low end and just lousy. Wash your hands. It's the law.
Your mama.
Just like, look at this part.
It's like the bathrooms I've been to at some concerts.
Oh yeah, some that I've played, I'm sure. Oh god.
Oh no. I'd rather go out in the alleyway.
Freaking pit bull. Good lord.
Jesus.
What do you need to protect the piss? I'm still trying to figure out where the other gentleman here is from. These guys are like the Briscoe and Patterson at the time, you know what I mean? If you think about it.
Exactly.
So funny.
Pencil neck geek.
Pencil neck geek. Well, see, you pick on the small little things like
Freddie
that.
Blassie. You can see why we love this film as like 10-year-olds.
I can't believe watching
film is
it
written
now.
for kids, absolutely.
Watching now, it's hilarious to think that they marketed this towards kids. It's just so damn goofy.
Why we rented this like 50 times?
Oh my god. The WTN. I wonder if this is also a shot at like TBS in a way too. How like
Vince and Ted Turner were not. They had an interesting relationship at sorts. Like Ted was never really. You always took it kind of lightheartedly. Whatever Vince was doing, you never took it too seriously.
I was wondering, I'm like, is it? It's like a network buying a thing. Who knows? Mm-hmm. I wonder if it was based on like a little Turnerish in there,
Mm-hmm.
So that actor is Charles Levin.
It's not a familiar name.
And I'm trying to think. He was in something that we all know, and I'm going to figure it out right now. There's something he's been in that he's very known for. So
okay.
Let me figure that out while we're watching the Battle of the Tough Guys.
Battle of the Tough Guys.
He's done some big TV shows, movies. Let's see. The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. So, Wait a minute. He's in Ghostbusters. That's where I know him from. He's the guy in the beginning with the couple of wavy lines. That's him.
That's him?
I think that's him. Hold on.
You sure? Looks a little too old for that.
Does he? No, I may have wrong. Here, hang on. It looks like him. Yeah. No, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think that was Horseshack from...
No, it wasn't Horseshack either. No, I know that for sure.
It looks kind of like him, too.
I'm sorry. No, my mistake. It's funny because the reason I also thought that was when you go to his profile on IMDb, it's Harold Ramis on a Ghostbusters documentary.
Okay.
So I wonder if he's uncredited. That could be it, too, right?
Mm-hmm. I'd like to get a sense of the geometry of this ring. Let's see if it's an octagon.
Is it an octagon?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to see if there's a...
Or is it six-sided, like... let's see. Is either an octagon or it's a six-sided ring?
Octagon would be 8 sides, so if that's so...
Let's try to count them.
See if we can get a Ultimate Fighting MMA connection here. Like an overhead shot or something. Oh.
I'm trying to count them. I can't.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for a wide shot or something that can give us better sense. Oh, here we go.
Nice.
Zeus.
Here he comes. Look at this entrance, man.
That's an entrance, indeed.
It's funny how he transitioned into a decent acting career afterwards. And
yeah, I mean...
A little shitty wrestler. I mean,
oh, yeah. Getting no ability of that. I mean, that's why you bring in someone like this, he looks like a freaking monster. He doesn't have to sell any moves.
That's true. Like the Z on the side.
Because he doesn't
shaved into
have any ability as a wrestler. So.
He's picking the guy up like palming a basketball. Or the... That's unbelievable.
Yeah, Tom Lister, man. I mean, the guy's just took it and ran with it, man. Whatever.
He sure did.
I don't know what he was in before this, but I mean, we could list a whole bunch of stuff he was in after this.
I remember in Jackie Brown for sure. He was in Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown. He was in the Friday movies.
Yeah.
He was in the. You haven't seen it, but he was in The Dark Knight for a hot minute.
I actually did watch that recently.
Oh, you did?
I finally got on that. Yeah.
Okay.
I finally watched all three. I had somebody at work make me watch it.
Talk about that another time. Start off on an episode of Webster.
Really? Oh, he played Webster's bodyguard or something, right?
Football player, it says. A couple random films. He was armed and dangerous with John Candy.
What a big son of a bitch, man.
And showed up somewhere in Beverly Hills Cop 2. I don't remember him in that.
Well, Zeus is beating people up here. I'm going to go back to Charles Levin, who was credited in Ghostbusters. He is credited, but he's not the couple of wavy lines guy, I guess.
Huh.
He's credited as Roy the Honeymoon Rat. Who the hell was that in Ghostbusters? Who am I missing here? It's funny because...
Unless he was like someone at Rick Moranis' house party.
That's what I'm thinking, maybe,
Probably.
Yeah. I know I've seen the guy before. Exactly. It's funny because his IMDb doesn't credit him, but his Wikipedia and everything else does. Mm. Sorry I spend so much time on insignificant characters. It's kind of funny.
Remember this is Hulk Hogan's actual house.
I wonder, if anything, if it'd be Vince's house, right? You know, like
maybe.
Man, Stan Hansen doing the job to Zeus. Never thought I'd see that.
See, this guy, I know, he was in Clues, the cop who gets killed with the wrench.
Yeah.
It's the only other thing I know him from. It's the wrench. Or maybe it's the lead pipe, I don't know. One or another, he dies.
Something steel, and it was brutal. This has a very Rocky IV feeling to it.
Yeah,
like when they're watching Drago kill, knock guys out, and he's like, he plows through everybody.
I mean, it does have that. I mean, Zeus is very Ivan Drago-esque. He doesn't have a lot of lines. He's just a big hunk of meat to throw up against your hero and everything.
The unibrow's a nice touch.
Yeah, I mean, just like Rocky IV, they kill Apollo. Here, they kind of cripple his brother or whatnot. It's like, whether they knew it or not, they were kind of taken right off of that.
Zeus with that unibrow
and the crooked eye.
Yeah. So Charles Levin's scene was cut from Ghostbusters. Let's just establish that right now.
Okay.
Let's just put that out there and finish off that little part.
Okay.
Anybody wondering? They were like he was part of a honeymooning couple at the Sedgwick Hotel during that scene.
Okay.
Their scene was deleted.
That makes sense.
Now that said, I still can't figure out what the hell.
I'm sure it's on my Blu-ray somewhere.
Yeah, as I said, it's included. Maybe that's where I saw him.
Yeah, this looks like a late 80s, early 90s corporate conference room.
I don't know why, but the feeling I get from this boardroom here is RoboCop boardroom.
A little RoboCop there.
That's all I keep thinking.
Splashing a little bit of the Asian art there in the corner.
Yeah.
The closer it got to the 90s, the more gray things got with
yeah.
corporate shit.
Definitely. And gray was in, man. I remember going to my dad's office when I was a kid, and everything was gray was considered a sleek.
And marble.
Marble was huge. But gray was considered a sleek color at that time.
That's a big dude.
It's just so gimmick. I'm surprised none of these other guys got jobs.
The size of them biceps.
God. Like
the size of my head.
Some of these guys probably do world strongman competitions.
Oh, I loved watching those old ones, man.
Oh, yeah.
he guys like Franco Colombo or some shit.
Yeah. It was presented in such an interesting way. Like, when you watch this 1989, you're thinking like, it does catch you.
Yeah.
Even today, I'm watching. I mean, like, this is kind of interesting to see. I mean, we've seen it all in wrestling. Everything's been done to death, but this kind of has that pit fighter look to it. Remember that video game Pit Fighter? That's what it's kind of feeling I'm getting with this like scene right here. And it's just different for, the industry in general.
I mean, it's such a interesting slant to do on an action film because of the star you have involved.
Oh, yeah.
That it's sports-based, sold with the kayfabe and everything.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But it's also got action sequences in it. Some of them are fairly random. It's got
very random, yeah.
It's, like I said, it's got the Rocky IV stuff kind of mixed in there. There's no other point in time where this film could have been made.
No.
Like,
you couldn't do it in, 2001.
You couldn't have done it, 95 with Lex Luger. It wouldn't have worked. Or Bret Hart. It would not have worked. You had to have Hulk Hogan in this film.
100%.
Right in the point where all the little kids, we still believe every single bit of it is the most real thing on the planet.
100%. I mean...
when he shows up on regular television... And I love that moment where he shows up on Saturday Night's Main Event, where you got the Boss Man and Hogan in steel cage. He just beats down Hogan right before the match. I love that beat.
I mean, that's at the time, man. You were like, wait a minute, this guy's for real? Like, where'd he come from?
Yeah,
it caught you.
I mean, they built it so well, but it did eventually deteriorate well before the end because you have an actor here who's not an athlete. So it's like, I mean, you can't put on a good match. You can't get a good. You can get some storytelling, but you're not going to get a good match out of it.
No, was he a football player or something? What his background was? I mean, look at his size.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's freaking huge. Let me see if I can dig up some knowledge on that. But side note here says Wikipedia says the film was produced by World Wrestling Federation under Shane Distribution Company.
I saw that, yeah. That's definitely no. At the time, it meant nothing, right? But when we know it, knowing what we know now, it's clearly evident why that was.
Yeah.
Has Hogan called anyone brother in this movie yet? I'd be shocked if he hasn't.
It's weird. There's no catchphrases really integrated into RIP.
Like RIP. But the T-shirts all had RIP 'em on there.
It looked like Tiny Lizard was into shot put and everything. So
really, but he didn't play football or anything. Like he's got the size on him. Like I can't imagine he wasn't a bodybuilder.
1982 NCAA Division II National Shot Put Champion.
Shit.
And he got scholarships and stuff. Oh yeah, it says United States Football League.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
After all that,
USFL.
after college and everything, so yeah. He doesn't really look like a football guy though. Usually, at least from what we've experienced with football guys go to wrestling, like Jim Neidhart or even like a Goldberg, they're built a certain different way.
True. He's built either like a wrestler or he's built like a bodybuilder, basically.
Yeah. See, this is a random action sequence because it's been too long since we've had Hogan really do anything worth a shit in the movie.
Well, that's it, it's been too long without anything.
Yeah.
I like the guy's got a gun and he's flinching at pies.
Yeah. We get some rockabilly shit going into the scene, the soundtrack.
It's
It's a wild outfit he's got with.
It's just funny, like, I'm guaranteed they dress like that, but like he just went out like
I'm
that.
sure. I just don't know about this. I don't even know what you call this pattern.
I don't even know what you. It's like not quite tie dye. It's like a marblish, marblish sky blue. Basically, it's a wrestling. It's wrestling gear. What it is.
Yeah.
He's just so delicate. Are you okay? Like Coco Beware in the background. I can't imagine they didn't insert anyone else in the background. Like, you know, like people that nobody would know. Like, you know, it's like throw in like Pat Patterson or something. I mean, at the time, you didn't know Pat Patterson
Renee
was,
Goulet or something.
Yeah, Renee Goulet. Like, you know, these agents or guys we would know about now that we've like nerded it out and learned so much about it. Like, you know, like I'm shocked that like during any scenes with like in the live show when they showed the live match in the beginning, like throw Stephanie and Shane in the front. Why? I'm shocked they weren't.
Something, yeah.
They could have been shown as like cheering fans, you know. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, any film where you have like a boxing match, whatnot, you're going to throw in Mike Tyson or Sugar Ray Leonard or something like that. You just throw them in there for a few seconds, whatnot, just to spice up the reality of the situation. Such an 80s shirt.
Oh, yeah. Which is popular again now anyway, though. So people weren't dressing like that nowadays anyway. I feel like he got even bigger size-wise after this, too.
He might have been.
90, I think he was gigantic when he took on Warrior, you know, like, he added space, or added room, it's nuts, because he was, it's pretty big here, but, you know, like 90, I mean, Warrior, I think
I think he got really puffed up somehow or whatnot.
I think Warrior was bigger than him, right, muscle-wise and mass-wise and whatnot?
Warrior always looked more ripped. He had more definition than Hogan. Hogan was just like bulk.
Yeah. Yeah, Warrior was just a chiseled god, man.
I mean, the kind of like the best looking guy was Rick Rude, man.
Rude is number one, man.
Yeah.
Rude was definitely.
He kept that physique solid for a lot of years. I mean, after he retired, I don't know. Never got to see what he. Yeah, he stayed in, but it always seemed like he still had that thick neck even later on.
He was, they actually, going back to Pritchard's podcast, they did an episode on Rick Rude and his arrival and whatnot, but they talked a lot about his conditioning and things he did stay that way. I mean, his body was just like the most perfect. It was nuts. He was committed to it, though.
The winner of the Jesse the Body Award.
The guy was committed to it, man. That's silly.
It's kind of quirky that they're adding in this sort of sexual tension thing, which is not really of the audience that they're going for.
No, but in the 80s also, it was like, nobody really, I mean, how many movies did you watch as a kid that just had scenes like that in there? You didn't think anything twice about it.
No.
You might have snickered to yourself a little bit, but you never thought twice about it, which is now it's like you see something like that on
I mean, I'm thinking like Schwarzenegger, Stallone films. I mean, if there ever was something like Stallone and Cobra with Brigitte Nielsen, it was more like just the cop protecting the witness, and there's just a couple of scenes here and there. They have some dialogue, and then the rest of it's just action stuff. They don't terribly do a lot of work on building a romantic interest and whatnot.
Yeah.
And wisely with like Schwarzenegger, they never really tried to go that way because you didn't have that type of chemistry. You didn't have that type of thing to go for. He wasn't gonna play a romantic interest in the film. They kept Schwarzenegger doing what Schwarzenegger did best.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was always pleasing. Even like in Eraser, where they could get close to that thing with Vanessa Williams, I think it was. They still kept it a step back from going that route. That's a silly camera trick.
It's quirky.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. 9 years old, and you're seeing Joan Severance in her lingerie. It's kind of hot, man. It's kind of hot to see that.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of this is Hogan himself saying, "I want to have a hot co-star I can spend some scenes with."
I don't blame him.
I wouldn't doubt it.
If you have the power to do it, why not?
Yes.
He definitely got bigger by 90. I mean, look at
yeah.
that. That's a first. Oh, jeez. Whoa. Man, they really pushing the sexual tension.
I was just thinking how many stories we could get into about wrestlers getting into brawls in hotels and everything.
Oh, God. Countless.
Arn Anderson and Sid.
Yeah.
With a pair of scissors.
There's also the incident I heard about with Sid with the squeegee. When he pulled a squeegee on, was it Brian Pillman or something? Some stupid nonsense in a hotel bar. Kurt Fuller's a great bad guy. Though.
Yeah.
Like, he does play a good bad. He was in Wayne's World, also kind of a half bad guy. But he is a good 80s villainy scumbag. Corporate like the rich scumbag, white collar.
He's good at playing it nice and over the top. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah, and like that white collar criminal style.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in a role where he wasn't wearing a fucking suit.
Look at that backhand, man.
Oh yeah. You always get to the point where you forget that she actually works for him.
I know. It's like abusing your employee by physically assaulting them.
Because you go on this whole thing, it's like the Hogan and her are in some kind of weird tensional relationship. You forget the whole reason why they have anything to do with one another at all.
Exactly. It's a little crazy to think he beat his employee.
The pace of this thing is kind of interesting. I mean, just the fact, we've gotten this far and there's nothing, there's no direct connection built towards where we're going with Hogan and Zeus.
You're right, exactly. We haven't gotten there.
We've gotten Zeus for 5 minutes, about 10 minutes ago.
It would have been nice to build more, again, using Rocky IV as an example, it would have been nice to have a thing like how they did with, his best friend fought him and got killed in Rocky IV. And people were making comparisons. They're always constantly pushing the agenda.
Yeah, because there's no. The only media presence is Brell's freaking network. You don't see anyone from WWF in this thing representing the company he's signed to.
Yeah.
Having any kind of worries because whatever the case. There are other elements they could have weaved into it if they wanted to, but they obviously wanted certain elements. That's a superstar Billy Graham shirt right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is where it's coming. Freaking huge he is, man.
He's a big dude, man. If you think it was smart to turn him into a character on TV. Because you might as well, because at the time we believed it. He walked off the screen and said, he came in. to fight.
I mean, there was, I think it was just one appearance, but Kurt Fuller ends up showing up on like one of the weekly shows, just setting the stage for it. Like, that's not how the movie was supposed to be. Zeus was supposed to win and everything. So I mean, they pushed
really?
it. Yeah, I've seen the clip. So I mean, they tried to push it as hard as they could. I mean, word is that they were trying to build the Hogan versus Zeus at WrestleMania, which would not have sold.
Oh God,
that would not have sold. It would have been disastrous.
I know it happened at SummerSlam, but it.
They did the tag match at SummerSlam.
You cannot give the guy a one-on-one. Zeus.
No. That's why it was smart. They always kept putting him in tag matches, Survivor Series, and the big cage match. They blew it all off with Zeus and Macho and Brutus and Hogan. I mean, they at least played it right in the ring to always have someone else there, no one better than Macho, to be the guy to work off of, to back him up, to just carry most of the matches, to bring the guy in for the big moments.
Yeah. The dust that's kicking up.
Yes.
That
I
dramatic.
love the Zeus music.
God, look how he towers over the other guys.
Yeah.
I can't believe he just wasn't a wrestler anyway.
Yeah.
Like, why did he just become one anyway?
Well, remember when WCW brought him back for like an uncensored, like, mega cage match thing?
God, yeah.
As Z Gangsta?
Oh my God, I forgot all about that. I can't believe they did that.
I wonder how much they paid him for that.
They probably overpaid him.
Probably paid him way too much, and he was happy with it.
Yeah. I can't imagine he wasn't.
I'm surprised they got away with it.
Somehow they pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, this music, I like this music. This is the entrance music for Zeus. It's really kind of industrial type of thing. Like synthesizer bass type of thing.
It has a cool, like, ominous,
Yeah.
like, to it, you know? His lazy eye really throws me
Yeah.
off. These kids are like, what the hell is going on here? Like, why is Hulk Hogan getting scared?
It's like the anti-Magnum PI helicopter. It's got like the rainbow on there, but it's black. Oh, A-Team helicopter.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what it'd be.
Reassuring words from his father figure.
It was interesting that this film pulled in as much money as it did, because I mean, the summer of 1989 was just packed with, like, it was Batman, it was Lethal Weapon 2, it was Indiana Jones' Last Crusade. I can't remember half the films. Star Trek 5.
It was a hot year, man. They were up against a lot.
Ghostbusters too, as we've said. So I mean, there was a lot of stuff coming out one after another. I mean, the fact that they made what 16 million or something like that.
16 million, a budget of 8, and they made 16.
I mean, as much as they got for it to get a decent amount.
I mean, in retrospect, they didn't do too bad.
No.
But on the other side of that coin, you think, like, being that wrestling was at such a huge peak, it should have done maybe a little better.
Wikipedia says that Vince McMahon probably broke even on the film after
which is crazy. Wrestling was at its peak, man.
Yeah.
In '88. Breaking even is.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, look at WWE Studios now. It's like maybe they've made a profit by now, but I mean they kept churning out so many fucking films at a loss to their own company.
Oh yeah,
for years and years and years. They keep putting more money into it, keep losing cash. Like I never really understood why they kept doing it. Whereas WWF has had so much failed ventures in like bodybuilding and football. Why not try movies?
Exactly. The XFL, man, who could forget?
Jesus. I mean, Vince is nothing but if he ain't ambitious. This electric blue jacket, that's pretty hot.
That jacket's
man.
pretty good. The logo on the back is really cool. The set, it's like these really industrial sets, and like, you got a lot going on. The set design was pretty interesting. It was fun.
Yeah.
The music, man, there it is.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of that video game Pit Fighter.
Yeah.
That was on early systems. Now look at this guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a chance. The big Z belt is great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it'd be, again, interesting to know, I mean, just how much money they paid Lister for this this whole thing. The film and the program with Hogan on television. It probably didn't make enough.
True.
To be working a program with Hogan, probably not enough.
I'm sure he got paid a nice little payday for that SummerSlam match, though.
Yeah. I'm sure what he got paid, I'm sure he was happy with it, but I'm sure anyone else on the roster probably would see whatever he got paid was probably not enough.
Oh, well.
Oh, that's smart going, kid. Guy who's been doing nothing but sending fucking hitmen and shit after him and henchmen and fucking trying to destroy his image and everything. Yeah, just tell him he's your brother. This 150-pound guy next to me with the blonde hair. He's gonna get twisted into a pretzel by Zeus.
This factory there apparently just produces sparks.
Just random guys welding shit.
Like welding a train. Yeah, it's a wrestling match here.
Yeah. He's got a duffel bag with a Z on it.
Did he?
Gotta brand everything.
And there's zillions of dollars in that duffel bag.
Zillions.
This guy with the careful of the backhands, man.
He's a bastard, indeed.
It was so easy just to say, I'm going to kill him. Back then it's like, yeah.
No sell.
No sell at all.
There you go. Oh.
Get out of it.
Slippery kid.
Oh, man.
Or backhand.
Imagine a shot from old Zeus. Zeusy that's got to hurt.
Just take off the belt and beat him with it. That belt buckle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is he where he created a monster?
It's a weird expression on his face.
Well, it's like half fear.
Fucking no idea. Oh, this is a nice sequence.
He's in the
so odd of a sequence. He goes into Zeus's lair. He's got a whole bunch of posters of Rip all over the fucking place,
and he's got his name written all over the ring.
He's got these TVs set up for messages for Rip, knowing he's going to show up at this exact moment.
Yeah.
To run the videotape. Oh, because they got video cameras.
Oh, that's right.
It seems like something out of a, I don't even know what.
It's like,
I was gonna say comic book, but it's like I don't even know. Just like it was some weird cartoon or something.
It's it's like a trippy sequence, like a mind fuck, like kind of like Inception-y, kind of like messing with your mind, kind of thing.
The projection on the glass reminds me of Warrior in WCW when he plays the trick on Hogan.
Oh yeah,
the One Warrior Nation shit.
That's right. When he appeared in the mirror. Oh my god, that was awesome. They're just like watching him playing puppeteering this whole situation. The Zeus branding was pretty good. Oh man.
It doesn't even hit the sign and it explodes. It hits the freaking wall at the bottom.
The whole thing just goes on in flames.
It's like Dr. Claw or some shit.
Yeah. You can hear them through that. That's funny.
Yeah. Javelin throw.
Look at that perfect javelin throw. Right in there. You let out a little aggression.
Sequence exists only so you can put it in the trailer. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah.
Really. You can cut from the moment where Zeus beats him down right to this and not lose any part of the story. They even released a music video for this. I mean, it was just like clips of the film and everything. There was no little like band or anything playing, but they still, for like primetime wrestling, ran a music video for it, the theme song. It started with this scene, and then he just goes into the song and just plays random clips from the movie.
Oh my god, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah. I pretty much memorized all the lyrics to the damn theme song for the movie. They put it on one of their old anthology collections like 10 years ago or something. There's a fair bit of acting there.
Do you think that they named this character Randy as a little homage to the current champ at the time?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
it's a random name to choose. It's kind of you use the name of the Hogan's buddy is the current champion.
I could see that. Yeah. I can't think of anyone else who was in the company with the name at the time.
No.
Oh. Just like this, walk into Hogan's closet and see the collection of bandanas.
I would love to see it. I'm surprised it's not made it online at this point.
Brell just makes videotapes to motivate Zeus all the time. So this is a little Drago-esque. Not as much.
Not as much, but there's
it's not as over the top as Rocky IV there.
Not at all.
It's a little bit of that taste. Some zebra pants.
Those Zubaz, man. Man, kid's really struggling here.
Yeah. Them pants.
Yeah, every shot is a new pair of spandex.
God damn it. That's why he made the film, so he just gets some more spandex in his wardrobe.
Man. It's going to be fun to listen to the breakdown podcast about this movie after seeing it recently. Kind of fresh in my head. There we go. Is the match now?
Yeah, we're getting there.
It's got that big fight feel, man.
I mean, at this point, it just starts feeling a little bit like the Running Man, like I was mentioning before we said on the podcast today, said on the film today. Because Running Man's this all big game show, big spectacle type of thing, searchlights and all this type of stuff, TV studio. It also has Jesse Ventura in it.
Ventura had a pretty good string of stuff.
Yeah.
When you really break it down.
Jesse had a couple of good films, and he did stuff like Abraxas, which I've never heard very good things about.
I never saw it.
Me neither. It's like Predator, Running Man, this. That's all I need.
So throw one little twist in there and have her kidnapped.
Yeah. Just add a little something to the fire.
Mutilate.
I mean, I can see why this film probably didn't do it like mega business. I mean, as an action film, it has a couple action sequences, but it's not like a Rambo film where you got guys getting blown up and shit.
That's true.
You got like 100 guys getting blown to shit and whatnot. You got big explosions and shit. This is a lot more toned down type of stuff. And if you're not like willing to put down $750 to go see like a really dig into wrestling, which you can watch every week for free.
True. I think the idea was that they would translate all their viewers to go watch it.
Yeah.
Say, oh, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
At which point that's fine, but it's it's a lot of story. There's like a couple action sequences really. It's a lot of story though.
Yeah. Ropes and turnbuckles in a match that's been previously held in a freaking steel mill before with concrete and steel getting smacked around.
Look at this crowd, like this TV studio.
It's like WCW Worldwide.
Yeah,
or something.
that's what it is. It's like pure, but they have people dressed up in like tuxes and like cocktail dresses. But yeah, it's very WCW Worldwide, where you know maybe it's a couple hundred people in there.
Yeah.
But my question is, why didn't they just hold the match in, like, use another one of the, the
industrial settings or something?
Or no, not even that, or use like one of the house show sets. Yeah. But I guess that would break kayfabe, right? Because we're filming a movie.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because also it's like, this is World Television Network, so it's like it's not sanctioned by World Wrestling Federation.
That's right. Yeah.
That kind of shit. So I mean,
that's right.
Despite the fact that he's still representing the Federation as a champion.
That's right.
I mean, this would technically never happen. Sort of reality, where you'd have the champion of your company go off and just have a random freaking no holds barred match in another federation somewhere.
Yeah. Why do you look at the time there? What did I miss? The significance of the time being 9:04 p.m.
I don't know. I don't think there is one.
You're like, why isn't like Linda sitting in the background here?
But also, like, you really think all these people with all these like millionaire looking people have been watching Battle of the fucking Tough Guys, or have priests have been catering to slobbering drunks in a bar or whatnot? Just like it doesn't feel like it jibes.
Classy crowd, like,
yeah,
let's take in the fights.
Blood sport fucking shit. Let's see someone get mutilated and murdered in the ring.
That was impressive. He took his vest off by flexing his muscles.
Mean, this is a boxing crowd. This is what they look like.
Exactly.
MGM Grand or some shit.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the cheap Michael Buffer here.
yeah.
A disc.
Smack him around.
I would love if somebody actually had hit Michael Buffer like that.
Yeah. It's no Howard Finkel. Never will be.
There will be. Here we go.
I was going to hit him with the belt.
So is it a 6-sided ring? What are we counting here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know.
Oh, damn it, forgot to check. It's been so long since they were in the ring.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
A pretty stiff ring, not too much give.
Yeah.
Well, he needs her he needs her motivation at ringside.
It's kind of like Rocky 3, where Mickey ends up having his heart attack and carted off, and Rocky tries to go fight Clubber, but he can't do it.
His head's not in the game.
Yeah.
And he loses. Zeus and that unibrow, man.
Yeah, I forgot what the significance at the time was. Maybe he has to throw the fight by a certain point for her to live or something. I think that's what it was.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
She's at a rundown. Motivate him. Yeah, I must have missed the thing about the time.
Yeah. They slide. That doesn't do anything. You can push the buttons as much as you want. It doesn't do.
It never does. I don't even know why that button's there. Why is there a door close button? It never works. Or door open. They never work.
Yeah, you push it and still have to wait another 5 seconds before anything happens. He's sweating his trunks off.
The unibrow, man. Kills me.
It matches his Hogan's mustache.
Ooh. It looks like he is. Even those like stage punches look like they hurt.
Yeah. The
slowest elevator I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're use the Chicago turbo elevators where your brain catches up with your head about 5 seconds after you've gotten to the level.
Yeah, seriously. Happens a lot. There we go. That's one way to take care of something. Hit with a fire extinguisher.
Those WCW style ropes too.
And even the glitter or the tasseled back way. They used to have that on like their Saturday or their worldwide tapings and stuff. I'll never forget that. Like those little shiny tassels and stuff.
Yeah.
He's gonna rip a post out of the ring. Okay, yeah, the ring wouldn't hold if he did that.
I see he's got a new Z belt buckle on now.
Yeah.
Fancy occasions.
This is brutal, man.
No blood.
They're gonna stab him to the heart. Man.
Oh, the old head twist.
She's begging him to stop the fight. It's like Mrs. Creed was trying to get. Another rough bump.
Oh. Which actually does jack shit because actually snapping his neck in half.
Motivation.
You almost expect him to just stand up out of the chair and start walking forward. Oh.
He took out his Mickey. There it is. Now he's gonna come back now, baby.
Yeah. Oh. That's straight out of a Rocky film there.
Oh yeah.
The slow-mo.
Slow-mo, the detail.
How the crowd turns.
There we go. The expressions, man. This is it. He's about to run wild.
The crazed Hogan look.
Kurt Fuller's looks are way better.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, he's hulking up.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah. No.
What you gonna do, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, trying to do the slam.
is. Very long fight sequence.
Yeah.
They really stretched it out to him. I mean, it's like, how many times are you gonna do it? It's like, it's like you gotta make on it eventually.
Well, the bear hug. Damn, there's just milking it for everything it's worth.
Yeah.
Gotta pad out the runtime.
They really milked it. Oh Jesus! Oh my God, it's heartless. A guy in a wheelchair kicking.
Now he's got a motivation to end him once and for all.
Oh man. I'm shocked they stretched it out as long as they did.
Yeah.
Because like you kind of went through like the waves already, you know, like the comeback, and he got beat down forever.
He's doing classic things like almost like the Royal Rumble thing. You throw the guy over the top rope, but he slips underneath, but the guy's standing there posing and everything, and then gets thrown out.
True. There's a Kurt Fuller's meltdown.
TV's go all blank.
Yeah, everything's just
falling
going
apart.
Network difficulties. Look at the control room's like he's tearing it apart. He's losing his mind. The meltdown is just phenomenal here.
Like he's still punching him out too. Jesus, it's ended already.
That's the thing. Like we got enough of Fuller breaking down. We've had the comeback. This is it. Like
yeah, let's get on with it.
He's just like he's coming apart at the seams as a man here. And what is going to be the final death blow?
He's got to do the X bomber.
Just watch the background.
He's throwing like 20 punches already. Come on, there we go.
They sold Zeus so heavily in this that it's like, man, the guy should have. Oh God. The guy should have had a huge...
I think there was an octagon.
Long before the UFC was popular.
Yeah.
Oh God. It seemed like that glass broke before he threw the chair.
Probably. It's like he's turned into the Incredible Hulk. Move over, loop for ring now.
Himself. What is
What a terrible expression to go out on.
Is he dead? Is he considered to be dead at this point? Oh my God! I think they killed him. Yay! Let's cheer. That guy's dead. A complete and utter meltdown just happened in the control room.
Zeus is probably dead too. He just took a 20-foot fall off a freaking thing into the ring.
Everybody here is dead, and the crowd is going nuts. There you go.
There we go. Freeze frame ending.
And that's funny because that freeze frame is from the opening shot. If you notice,
Probably, yeah.
You know, you can see the crowd in the back. It's from the other arena.
Yeah. That's about as silly as ridiculous as it ever was.
That's definitely, watching it now as an adult again. It is goofy.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
Yeah, for as much as it is, I mean, it's silly, it's goofy. I mean, it's perfectly marketed for 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds as we were back then.
I love how Dookie is credited as Dookie. They couldn't credit him as limo driver. He's credited as Dookie. The guy who shit his pants. Oh, that's amazing. Lug Wrench Perkins. Look at some of these names are fantastic.
Rebar Lawless.
Referee. I'm surprised they didn't put like Earl Hebner in there.
Yeah. Very busy on the road. That's probably the only thing I can imagine why there weren't more just random wrestlers in the film. They're probably just working house shows on the road and everything. So
yeah,
it's the only thing I can guess. They found him more valuable on the road than putting him in the film.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe a day here and there, but still, yeah, that's why you end up having like Stan Hansen, who really wasn't in the WWF at the time.
Yeah.
So, one credit that I want to point out here is Hulk Hogan's wardrobe design by Michael and Tony Design in Tampa. So that's from his hometown where he lives.
Okay.
So that is definitely he designed. That is all his own personal wardrobe that was used. We should have done a count of how many pairs of tights we saw in this.
Well, you guys in the comments, you can tally that up for us. We'd appreciate it.
Yes, I'd like definitely. If somebody wants to get fun here, tally up the different pairs of spandex you saw Hogan in this movie, because I think it's definitely, we're in double digits here.
Yes,
in double digits for sure. And self-titled song here is No Holds Barred.
Yeah.
Who was saying the song?
I don't know.
Another Derringer classic? Doesn't sound like Rick Derringer, but we're coming up the end of the credits here. What do we got here? Oh, we got the song here. Let's see what the song was here. And our BQ did a few songs.
Never heard of that.
3 of them already. They're pretty big. I remember hearing about it. I never really got into them, but I heard about them.
Formed by
Jim Johnston.
Formed by John Joyce.
John Joyce, but written by good old Jim Johnston, Mr. WWF theme song guy.
Aside from when Jimmy Hart wanted to step in and do something special, so
yeah.
But guys, thanks for listening to our commentary. We appreciate your comments and all that type of stuff. So, thanks for joining us. Take care. Bye bye.